The silver-haired man sits calmly on a luxurious sofa, a glass of red wine resting lightly in his hand. His expression, though composed, carries a trace of fatigue. He admits quietly, "Recently, I seem a bit tired. I want to rest." Standing beside him is a man in a pink suit, his demeanor respectful and attentive. With a gentle nod, he replies, "I got it," understanding the unspoken weight behind the other's words. The air between them feels formal yet familiar, an exchange between a master and his trusted aide. The conversation continues smoothly as the man in the black suit crosses his legs with effortless grace. He raises the glass of wine to his lips before speaking again, his tone calm and decisive. So, the appointment scheduled to see the scenario with Ying Ka is considered to be cancelled. His words are final, a quiet command that needs no further clarification. The aide remains poised, acknowledging the order without hesitation, the flicker of candlelight reflecting off his glasses. Across from them, a young woman with soft pink hair and sparkling violet eyes listens attentively. Her turquoise gown glimmers under the golden light, the gemstone at her neck catching every movement. With a gentle smile, she replies, "It's okay. We can wait for Mr. Nangang to rest, then we can discuss later." Her voice carries patience and understanding, her expression sincere. Despite the formal setting, her tone adds a touch of warmth to the otherwise cold and elegant atmosphere. The grand hall glows under the soft golden light of chandeliers. Elegant guests mingle across the room, their silhouettes blurred by the shimmering reflections. The murmur of conversation fills the space, blending with the gentle clinking of glasses. It's a lavish gathering, yet amidst the glamour, a subtle tension lingers, like the calm before a storm. In a quieter corner, two young women lean close to each other. The one in a dark red dress whispers nervously, her voice barely audible. "What should we do now? It's stressful sitting next to them, or should we go first?" Her companion, the pink-haired lady in the turquoise gown, nods softly, her calmness contrasting with her friend's anxiety. She simply answers, "Yes." Her brief response carries quiet authority, leaving no room for doubt. Together, they turn their gaze toward the glittering crowd, the evening still unfolding before them. The two women stand close together, their elegant gowns brushing lightly as they prepare to leave. The soft lighting reflects off the silk fabric, one dressed in a deep red dress that hugs her silhouette, the other in a flowing turquoise gown that glimmers like moonlight. The quiet tension between them says more than words. They are about to make a decision that will shift the night's course. As they step toward the grand revolving door, the hall behind them glows with the last golden light of evening. Their figures, graceful and composed, move through a sea of blurred silhouettes. The crowd continues to chatter, unaware of the silent determination in the two women's eyes. Side by side, they walk out of the opulent ballroom, leaving the noise and intrigue behind, stepping into the fading sunset that waits beyond the glass doors. Outside, under the cool air of twilight, the pink-haired woman's calm mask finally cracks. Her thoughts race as she gazes into the distance. "He ruined the mission tonight by himself, so don't blame us. Now I'll send the message for him, saying I'll go first." Her expression is serious yet composed, a quiet storm of disappointment and resolve. For her, duty and pride walk hand in hand, and tonight, both have been tested. Suddenly, a voice cuts through the air, deep, familiar, and slightly teasing. "Why are you in such a hurry? Do you not want to wait for Bei Mingye?" The unexpected question seems to pierce straight through her calm facade. Time almost stands still as the weight of the name echoes in her mind. The two women turn sharply, surprise flashing across their faces. "This voice is..." The girl in red murmurs, her eyes wide. The pink-haired woman's heart skips a beat, recognition and confusion battling in her gaze. The glow from nearby streetlights reflects in her violet eyes as she stares toward the direction of the voice.
Whoever spoke has just disrupted the fragile balance of the night, and the moment feels heavy, as if something significant is about to unfold. The air between them grows tense, yet charged with emotion. The woman in red subtly reaches out, her fingers brushing against the other's hand, a silent gesture of support and reassurance. The soft glow of the surrounding lights dances over their intertwined forms, capturing the unspoken bond between them. Though neither speaks, the warmth of the moment speaks volumes, a promise to stand together no matter what awaits ahead. A few steps away, a tall man emerges from the golden light of the building's entrance. His figure is sharp against the glow, clad in a dark, perfectly tailored suit that enhances his commanding presence. His silver-gray hair catches the faint light, and his calm yet piercing eyes fix on the two women ahead. There's an unreadable expression on his face, a mixture of intrigue and something deeper, hidden beneath his composed demeanor. He begins to move forward, walking slowly. Each step echoes faintly against the marble floor, deliberate and steady. The atmosphere seems to shift with his approach, the golden lights bending toward his presence. His every movement exudes quiet authority, as if time itself has chosen to slow down to accommodate his arrival. When he finally stands before her, he pauses. The woman in turquoise lifts her gaze, surprise flickering across her violet eyes. The man's expression softens slightly as he reaches out a hand, brushing a strand of her pink hair aside. This is, he murmurs under his breath, his tone low, thoughtful. His gesture is gentle, almost hesitant, as though he's touching something fragile, a memory, perhaps, rather than just her hair. Startled, the woman instinctively turns her head, turning just enough for the light to catch the shimmer in her eyes. The movement is graceful yet tense, betraying the swirl of emotion she's trying to suppress. Her breath hitches, her heart caught between recognition and confusion. The night seems to hold its breath with her, as if the world itself waits to see what will happen next. Under the soft evening lights, Xiang tilts her head slightly, her violet eyes shimmering with both apology and grace. "We are sorry that we couldn't invite Mr. Nangong," she says sincerely, her voice calm yet distant. "So we're done. Could you bother to tell them that we'll meet again if we have a chance later?" Her words are polite, restrained, the kind of formality that hides a quiet sense of defeat. The faint breeze rustles her hair, carrying away the last note of her soft tone. The man before her lets out a faint, mocking smile. His gaze sharpens, filled with a cold amusement. "You really think there will be a chance later?" His voice is low and cutting, the kind that slips beneath the surface, elegant but cruel. The smirk at the corner of his lips deepens, and for a moment, the air between them turns heavy, almost suffocating. Before Xiang can respond, a voice calls out urgently from behind her. Xiang, let's go." Her friend's expression is tight with concern, her tone trembling with the need to escape the tension that hangs in the air. Xiang turns to her, momentarily lost between reason and emotion, her heart pounding against her ribs as if warning her to run. But before she can take a step, a sudden movement stops her. A hand, firm and deliberate, reaches out and grabs her by the arm. The shock ripples through her body, freezing her in place. Her breath catches as her eyes widen in disbelief. The faint sound of fabric rustling seems louder than anything else around them. The man leans in, his voice dangerously close to her ear. "Did I let you go?" His tone is calm but commanding, filled with quiet dominance. The golden light from the building behind them spills across his sharp features, illuminating the intensity in his eyes. Xiang stands frozen, her pulse racing, caught between fear and something she cannot name. The night feels suddenly alive, heavy with words unspoken and emotions barely contained.
His grip tightened around her arm, firm and unyielding. The man's expression was cold, his touch both possessive and commanding. Shang gasped softly, her delicate frame trembling under his hold. The contrast between his dark suit and her soft turquoise gown made the moment even more striking. Power against vulnerability, dominance against defiance. Her heart pounded, not just from fear, but from the overwhelming confusion that clouded her thoughts. "You," she managed to utter, her voice trembling between anger and disbelief. Her hands tensed, trying to push him away, but his strength made her efforts futile. The word hung in the air, incomplete, choked by the storm of emotions rising within her. Every nerve screamed for her to resist, yet something deeper, unspoken, kept her frozen in place. Her frustration finally burst forth. Her violet eyes blazed with fury as she glared up at him, her voice trembling with indignation. "He thinks that just because he has money he can treat women like a joke?" Her words sliced through the air, sharp and filled with raw emotion. The humiliation, the anger, and the sense of injustice in her chest spilled out at once. She could no longer remain silent. "Let me go!" she shouted, struggling against his grasp. Her voice echoed across the quiet evening, filled with desperation and determination. Her body twisted as she tried to free herself, but his hand only tightened, his expression unreadable. The delicate fabric of her gown shimmered in the light, catching the tension of the moment, beauty trapped within control. Before things could escalate further, her friend stepped forward, anger blazing in her blue eyes. "What are you doing? You are not the owner of tonight's party. You have no right to decide who stays or leaves," she declared, her voice strong and unwavering. Her defiance broke the tension like a whip, turning heads and drawing silent stares. In that instant, she became Shang's shield, fearless and unyielding. The woman in red positioned herself between them, her arms subtly wrapping around Shang's waist, pulling her back to safety. The motion was graceful but full of resolve, a clear act of protection. Her body language said it all. "You'll have to get through me first." Behind her, Shang stood still, eyes wide with a mixture of relief and disbelief, as the night's air filled with the echo of unspoken threats and the shimmer of wounded pride. The man's calm yet confident voice broke the tense silence between them. "I can help you convince Nangong Li to join your movie," he said, his tone low and persuasive. His eyes, cool and calculating, held a promise, or perhaps a trap. The dim lights around them reflected off his neatly tailored suit, giving him an air of authority that was both alluring and dangerous. The two women stood before him, their gazes locked onto the man's towering figure. Xiangshang's heart beat rapidly as she stared up at him, the evening light glinting off the intricate braid cascading down her back. Her friend stood close beside her, protective and tense, sensing the unspoken tension that filled the air between them. "Maybe he can help me," Xiangshang thought, her eyes softening with hesitation. "But what if there's a condition hidden behind that help?" Her heart wavered. The glimmer of hope was shadowed by fear of what he might truly want in return. The thought made her chest tighten as she struggled to keep her composure. Her turquoise gown shimmered faintly under the lights as she stood there, silent and uncertain.
The precious blue gem resting against her chest caught the glow of the chandeliers, a mirror of her conflicting emotions. Her friend watched her closely, worry flashing in her eyes, knowing all too well that every favor from a man like him came with a price. Then the man's lips curved slightly as he looked down at her. "What you want, I can help you," he said softly, his gaze intense and unwavering. "Just you." His words hung heavy in the air, intimate yet threatening, as if he was making a deal with her soul. His next words struck like thunder. "Leaving Bei Mingye." Her heart stopped. The condition was revealed at last. The chill in his voice cut through her, colder than the night air. It wasn't an offer of help. It was a demand, a command dressed as generosity. Xiangshang's eyes widened in shock, her breath catching in her throat. The world around her seemed to blur as her mind struggled to process what she had just heard. Her violet eyes sparkled with disbelief and confusion, framed by trembling lashes. "Leave Bei Mingyen." The name echoed in her mind like a curse, leaving her paralyzed between fear, anger, and heartbreak.